It is no surprise that going into 2026, one of the most common questions that I receive is how do I create AI content that is both organic but also consistent at a scale where I can put out pieces every single day or every single week, which means this system is being tested live in the companies that I work with. The challenge here is actually to create unique pieces every single time, but also create pieces that are targeted to your ICP. So how does the system actually work? It's very simple. We have a target audience that we define. In this example, I've used the working class just as a general example. And then we have a column that asks what exactly excites our audience and what frustrations do they have, are there any fears that they have, and the subject that we are writing or the byline that we're writing for. The reason we ask all of this is because we want to find out not only who our audience is on like a statistical level, so for example age, the kind of content they consume, etc., but we want to know who they are collectively as a group of people that we're speaking with. And for this we need to know their values, we need to know what they stand for versus what they don't stand for, and it all breaks down to psychologically what is it that captivates your audience the most. This way we tell the AI very straightforward what it should do and what it shouldn't do, and that way we don't get random responses like is usual with most other systems. We can then run the scenario and we'll see that we'll generate one LinkedIn post, one Twitter post, and one longer blog post. I'll just run the scenario and you can take a look at how it works. Okay, there we go. So we've had one LinkedIn post generated, one X post, and one blog post. And you can see in all of these pieces, it actually does incorporate the things that we don't want it to say. So for example, if we specify here that the audience fears spoiled ice cream, it does go and say, tip, check smell, freezer burn, and expiration dates, spoilage is the worst. So it takes a deeper step into who your audience is other than just the numbers and the objective data that is associated with creating an ICP profile. This is the slightly longer blog post. You can see it does go into a bit more detail as to how to spot good quality or good fruit types or whatever. But it is very casual and it is very website appropriate. Okay, let's take a look at how exactly I built this system in Make. Right now I've set the system to run every single day at 11:59, and this is because over the day, if you have some ideas, you can input your ideas into the left side of the column of the spreadsheet, and every day at midnight it will take this data and then create blog posts for you. Right now I've got a search row module which goes into the first OpenAI module, which is a create a completion. This is the prompt that I'm using. This is a very straightforward prompt. It is defining a role first of all, so you're an expert content copywriter based on the provided subject, the target audience, what excites them, what frustrates them, and what they fear. Create a concise and engaging content piece for each platform. And you also want to define some sort of word limit or just truncate at like 2000 tokens or something. And the dynamic variables like the subject and everything else is taken from the search row itself. This is very easy to map. And you do the same for the LinkedIn post and the exact same for the Twitter post. The only difference is that you are either changing word count or you're trying to add nuances that are typical to the platform. So let's say on LinkedIn, I also want to use emojis. So let's say include emojis where appropriate. And you can see if you are indeed happy with the results of this model by simply right-clicking, run this model only, and going into the target audience and the excitement and all that stuff, and then filling it out using some sample data, seeing if the results is indeed to your liking. And once you have all that, you can go into the respective column and match the OpenAI output into each of the columns. And once you start using the system more and outputting better results over time, you can actually choose the ones that resonate most with you, and you can feed that back into the OpenAI module as an example, and this way it will know what to copy or what style to iterate further on. So that's it. And I also do have a video on how to create the perfect target profile. It goes into much more detail than just these columns that I have here, and it's a much more comprehensive and a much more structured way how to write profiles for LLMs to get not only blog posts but also code, images, video, etc., and all kinds of different outputs. If you are interested, I do have a link to that here. But other than that, thank you very much for your time.